Hello everyone, and welcome to another Minecraft update video. This is Snapshot 23W32A. This is the second snapshot for 1.20.2. Last week we got to see some experimental changes for rebalancing the villagers. But this week, sadly, it's a much smaller snapshot, mainly focused on technical features and changes. But I am here to give you the best bits, starting with the calibrated sculk sensor. If you needed a reminder, this is the block that allows you to detect specific game events, or vibrations as they're known. And the news is that there's been new events added to these categories, starting with bone meal. So the act of using bone meal on a plant, for example, will set off the calibrated sculk sensor. And this is when it's tuned to signal strength 3. The next event added is for unequipping items. So if we equip this turtle shell, then unequip it, you'll see that nothing happened. I believe that this is a bug because in creative mode you can see it gets activated. Hopefully that's fixed in the next snapshot, and that was for signal strength 4 by the way. For signal strength 8 we have a new game event, that is the camel eating a cactus, that will set this off. And for signal strength 11 there are several. So this can detect if a hopper feeds a book into a chiseled bookshelf. So if we activate that with some redstone, we move a book from the dropper into the hopper and it activates the sculk sensor. Other events include rabbits eating carrots and foxes eating sweet berries. Then there is also the cracking of turtle eggs, but this doesn't seem to actually happen when I try to simulate it using commands. So this probably needs to be captured naturally in the world when the turtle eggs advance, and this is when they are proceeding to hatch, not when they get stampled on like this. This is not the event it's picking up. As you might have noticed, this one picked it up though. This is signal strength 12, and in the patch notes it says for turtle eggs hatching. Seems that it picks up them being trampled on as well. That's probably because it's also a block being destroyed. Those two might conflict if you're creating a contraption where the turtle eggs can be both detected for hatching and stampled on too. Anyways, the other one is related to the splash water potion. You can detect putting out a fire, just like that. It also put out the campfire. I was about to demonstrate that that doesn't work, so let's go ahead and put that one out. So only for regular fire does it detect that. And last of all, for signal strength 14, we have the evoker summoning Vex or Fangs. The question is, how long am I going to last? There's the Vex, there's the lamp turning on, and there go the Fangs. And now I'm dead. Next up, I want to share with you an interesting tidbit from Twitter. How high do you need to pillar up on flat terrain to be safe from an angry Enderman? Now, I guessed 2.5 blocks, but it turns out that I was wrong. Let's stand on 1.5 blocks. And here we go. Come on, fella. As you can see, I'm safe from the Enderman. This just does not feel right. I can even slap you, can't I? Come here. That's it. You can't get me, buddy. I'm safe right here. Anyway, I thought that we might find this in the bug fix log for this snapshot, but no, maybe this will get addressed in the next snapshot. What we do see is 2 bug reports related to armor trims. One of them is for chainmail and the floating pixels that the eye and the wild smithing templates will add, and the other is for tide, silence, wild, and vex applied to the turtle shell. Now the fix for the first one makes a lot of sense, there's no more floating pixels at the front, but for the eye smithing template, it means that not a single pixel has actually been applied to the chain helmet. Might be a smart idea just to remove the compatibility there, so no player in survival accidentally wastes a bunch of materials. And the issue with the turtle helmets is that they could leave extra pixels dangling off the back, which are no longer there. Are you enjoying the snapshot coverage? If you want to stay informed, then subscribe to the channel. You know the deal. Anyway, let's crack on with the video. When it came to the rest of the bug fixes in this snapshot, it really didn't feel like there was anything else here worth mentioning. However, this was listed under the technical changes. Yeah, this is an issue I've had on occasion where a chat report message will just have an error and bam, you get disconnected from the server, which is no good. So that hopefully improves your multiplayer experience as well as these network optimizations that have been implemented. And I'm going to be brief with the rest of these technical changes as there's not really a lot to know here for the average player. The resource pack version has been upgraded to 17, and there were some issues with the game's hunger assets that have been fixed, so you'll need to use the slicer tool again to upgrade your packs. Then when it comes to data packs, there's just a lot of renaming that makes everything more consistent. You can read about all the changes on the post link below. If, like me, you're an average player who occasionally use commands, then you'll need to know that active effects are going to be renamed. So instead of using an ID number, you'll now need to type in the name of the effect that you want to use. And next I'd like to touch on communication between you and I when it comes to changes in these snapshots. Having read a lot of comments, I wanted to make it really clear that the changes to villagers last time were under the experiments tab. So this is an ongoing development process where Mojang want to listen and be able to take your feedback in for rebalancing the villagers. In the past, the team has done this through the Minecraft Reddit, but as this post outlines, they are moving on from the Reddit and they're no longer going to be using that website in an official capacity. And so the new place to go to is the Minecraft feedback website that currently is ironically unavailable, it would seem. So the changes you've seen to villagers so far are not final and they're looking for feedback. And there was a lot of it in my comments and I read tons of them because I found it really fascinating. The conversation around this highlighted something for me I think you'd all agree on. The biggest problem with these changes to villagers is that they're so awkward to work with. I mean, you can't put a lead on them and then drag them to where you want to go. Getting one in a boat is fine, but then this is your movement speed from now on. And there's no way to lure them. I think it would be great if you could hold out an emerald and then the villager would choose to follow you. This would make the activity of bringing villagers to a swamp and then leading them back to your desired destination once you've got the trades that you want a little less tedious. Still tedious, but certainly a lot easier. And lastly, I felt that there was a little misunderstanding as to how the structure of these enchantments work. This will make the trades you get with villagers much more reliable. So this would potentially do away with the monotonous task of putting down lecterns to check what trades a villager has and then breaking the lectern again. You have got a much better idea of what books you're going to get from these villagers. And the trades at the very top here, these are the ones that are guaranteed, so you know exactly what you're going to get once you finish trading with them. Anyways, thank you for commenting. Continue to do that because it's good to get some insight into how other people see the game, and with all of that feedback, hopefully Mojang will be able to make some great changes for these villagers. And next up, I wanted to make sure that all of you are aware and alert to be on the lookout for phishing emails. If you don't know what this is, it's where a bad actor attempts to impersonate an establishment like Mojang in order to get your credentials. This is known as phishing. And so these rather legitimate account migration emails have been going out pretending to be Mojang Studios, and they have this email address, noreply@mojang.team, which sounds rather official. But it's not, so please do be cautious. And a general rule of thumb that's useful is that if ever you're contacted out of the blue over email or phone and someone is asking for your credentials or for you to take action, go to the source, go to the official websites and contact them to find out if it's legitimate or not. That is all I have for you for now. If you're looking for more entertainment, well, on Hermitcraft I decided to infest it with sculk blocks. I'm probably going to get into trouble for this. It's a really fun episode, but anyway, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, make sure you subscribe to catch future snapshots, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.